Today's edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox is brought to you by Taverna Kima in Boca.
Hold the mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Bifo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm sorry. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm so unused to having a breakfast edition of the Lunchbox, so I'm going to say good morning and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. And as you can see, we are joined by the lovely Sophia, but we are not at Taverna Kima in Boca. We're at a brand spanking new establishment, Giorgio's Bakery and Bistro on Galt Ocean Mile in Fort Lauderdale. It only opened a few weeks ago, and here we are. How's it going?
It's going great. Yes.
We've got Mike Lubie on the production board. He's going to join us in a minute. We have your dad, Peter, is here in the house.
He's serving us today.
Oh, wow. Well, that is a special treat.
I gave him my order, and he's going to serve us today. He made us our juices.
We've got our morning coffee, and it's very classy. It's the Julius Minor. Where were we the other day where they served this also, Lubie?
This was at the Flow. The
Floridian is also serving that. Another great. Now, Floridian has been around in one form or another since 1937. And Giorgio's Bakery and Bistro has been around in one form or another since late February. So,
well, our original has been around since '99.
Wow. This is true, and this is on the Hollywood Intracoastal, just next to your great Taverna Opa.
Yes.
So that's been going strong for over 25 years.
Yes.
Which is incredible. Is that also called Bakery and Bistro?
It is.
Okay.
Same concept.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit more of a hybrid. We extended the menu a little bit more. But yeah, the one in Hollywood has been there for a long time.
Yeah, and I know that because I used to live in Dania, and I would do my morning. First it was rollerblading, then it was biking, then it was jogging, then it was walking. But I would go up and down the Broadwalk, and then sometimes I would just hop on over one block to the west, to the Intracoastal. And Giorgio's was known as a great breakfast brunch nook, and great pastries and Greek pastries and fresh bread. And you can see right here next to us, we got an assortment. We got some croissants and we got some bread. Where are you getting are these products?
So we make them here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we make our bread. Yes, we make everything, and it's phenomenal. The bread. I told my son I was coming here today. He's like, make sure you bring home the bread and the chocolate croissant.
Yeah, that chocolate croissant. I have my eye on it. And Lubie, I'm gonna
bite it. You want a piece of this?
Tear me off a little piece.
It is like a pound of chocolate. Oh man, this is my favorite thing.
Almonds are good. All right.
Oh my god, this is my favorite thing.
Mike Moderation Man. Oh my god.
I was gonna share this one with you, Mr. Moderation.
No, I've got here. This is me, and I've got a couple of bites. And I took my
God, look at this.
The walk this morning was abbreviated because we have an early show. So instead of getting my 4 miles in, I got 2.5. But you know what I say? 2.5 is better than nothing. So
for sure.
Well, it's funny because when we're overseas, look, and I'm a big American breakfast fan. I grew up here. My dad would be a thing daily. My dad would make breakfast daily, actually, but on the weekends it was a big thing. So I grew up with the big breakfast, the pancakes, the eggs, the bagels, breakfast sandwiches. My wife grew up in the islands. So breakfast is a whole different animal. It's almost like it is in Europe in a sense where it's light pastries, fruit, light juices, maybe some coffee.
Continental breakfast, they call it.
Here,
Continent of Europe.
But when I'm over there, I switch because I love when you're over. We were in Spain, and I know you were across the pond. I get into this groove of having really nice pastries. So when I get back, I miss them. Yeah. So the fact that you have this here makes me so stoked because it's really hard to find higher level pastries, down here. It just is. And the fact that you guys are doing it in-house is fantastic.
Yes.
So, okay. And speaking of pastries, when you walk in the joint, they have this whole display case of all kinds of goodies, cakes, pastries, Greek pastries. Let's talk a little bit about I guess the concept overall you were saying is kind of like the old school Greek diner because there's a lot of different things on this
Yes,
menu here.
it's a very extensive. It's like an elevated, diner, I would say.
Jim Sarni is here, the
He's
unofficial
actually eating. He
mascot.
never eats. That's how
I've
great
never
this was.
seen
That
Sarni
he's
actually
eating.
reach for food, but he's cooking for the pan chocolat. And Sarni, welcome.
Go for it,
He
my friend.
lives
We
right
love you,
down
Sarni.
the
You're the
block
best.
now.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he's gonna be here
Welcome.
regularly.
Thank you.
He's a
And he
big Sophia
invited-
fan, by the way.
He invited all his condo mates. He actually put a notice on the board that there was going to be a live lunchbox breakfast edition today. So I don't know if any of the other people from Parliament House came out, but we thank Jim Sarni for being a devoted fan and somewhat producer. He always is chiming in. All right, I'm sorry
Yes.
to interrupt, but the concept here again is
So you can take pastries home, or if you're going to go to somebody's house and you want to bring them something, you can come in, pick out a couple different things. You can sit and eat whatever you want. We have the like we said, the croissants, the bread. We have our traditional baklava and galactoburico. And I think you picked up a kadaifi before.
I did. That's the stringy bird's
yes,
nest noodles.
yes.
Oh my god, it's so good, and they pour like
And
the
it
honey
begins.
syrup
Oh,
on it.
bagels too. You're
And we
doing nice
got-
bagels.
we got a
Look at
little
those
bagel.
bagels.
Look at
Yes.
Look at that. That's a lox platter. Look at that lox platter.
Yeah.
I've died and thought I've gone to grandpa's.
I was gonna say, like, where are we?
That's next Wednesday. No, this is great. Yeah, and you've got avocado toasts, and you've
Yep.
got omelets, you've got all kinds of breakfast and brunch fare, and then you go into lunch and dinner. You guys, your hours are pretty much all day, right?
8 a.m. And we have lunch until 1 every. I'm sorry, breakfast
Breakfast.
until 1 every day, and then we do our dinner menu. It's one menu, and it has pastas, pizzas.
You got a pizza oven here.
we
right?
have a-
Well,
we
yeah,
have a-
if you got
yes.
a nice
wood fire
oven,
live fire oven. So
Yes.
you could also grill some. I mean, do you do other things in there like lamb, or
No.
that's on the grill?
No, we warm up like our croissants
Yeah, I've
and
been
things
thinking
like
of putting the
that.
bacon in there.
Yeah. And then we have a variety of different seafood. We have a lot of seafood, Greek traditional dishes. We have lasagna. So it's like a
Oh, wow.
mesh of
As my
everything.
father would say in Yiddish, kakapipsi. It's a little bit of everything.
A little-
Which is-
exactly.
So that's,
exactly.
and again, and even if you speak Yiddish, you could get your bagel and lox here, which
Bagel
is
and lox.
it looks
That's
great. Look at
beautiful.
those
And
big
we're serving
capers.
everything with like a fresh salad. So
Nice.
most of our entrees and everything, our breakfast, our lunch, our dinner, everything come just like with a nice crisp salad.
Oh man, and it looks beautiful,
beautiful.
like nicely dressed, and this is what I crave now. I love these vegetables. It's weird. My brain has been reprogrammed by this this new thing that I'm on, and it's like this means nothing to me now, and I like see that, and I just want to dive in and just have a couple of slices of the beautiful smoked salmon with
Looks
it.
amazing.
Yes.
Let's tell the people where we are. The
It is
location
Giorgio.
is on Galt Ocean Mile, I believe.
Right.
What's the address? It's 30.
So it's 3537 Galt Ocean Drive.
Yeah.
So it's right
It's
just
one block east of A1A
Yes.
as you get north of Oakland Park Boulevard.
Yes.
And for people who are long timers, I knew this place back in the day. I didn't realize this is the same exact location, but it used to be a well-known watering hole known as the Sly Fox or
Yeah.
Danny Sly Fox. Danny Chichester was a legendary barkeep.
Good.
Also, he would just sit there and tell stories all day, tell inappropriate, un-PC jokes all day, and he would drink all day too. He was a professional drinker.
Oh, and while he was working.
Oh, while he working, he would sit at the bar, and his job was not to fall off. And God rest his soul, he was great. He had great staff. And he was like, he would always bemoan corporate places that wouldn't allow their staff to drink. He compelled his staff to drink.
Like, that's a part of the job here.
He said, if a customer and guest buys you a shot, you
have to
must
take
drink it. So
Oh, jeez.
he was a character. I wrote several columns about him when I was a news columnist at the Sun Sentinel. But and the last stop for his Danny Sly Fox, because it had several locations, was right here. And I'm so glad that now you're keeping the tradition of, family-run,
Yep.
independently owned places going, and that omelet looks divine too.
I think we need to find him so he can. We have a bar here. He would be great.
Unfortunately,
But
Danny
Bob-
is either 6 feet under or scattered throughout Ireland, where you just walk. But
I wish you could just come hang out
Yeah.
at
Oh,
the
yeah.
bar here.
I'm
you
sure
know?
may
his
be
spirit,
around. He may
his
be
spirit
around.
is still here
His
because you
spirit.
do have the bar. So
We
he
do.
is
Yeah, it's a beautiful
probably
bar.
We have a
his-
full bar at this location.
his spirit is probably hovering over a bottle of Jameson right now.
yes,
Yeah, full bar, and that's available in the mornings with breakfast.
absolutely.
You
You
could
can
Bloody
get some
Mary.
mimosas, Bloody Marys. Yeah, absolutely.
And you guys are. This is Monday through Sunday. What-
yeah,
you guys-
7 days a
7
week. You know
days.
us Greeks. You
Yeah.
we
I
don't
know.
we
They
don't
don't take time off.
we
I know,
don't
I
we
know.
don't stop.
I know.
We don't stop.
No,
We're
they are
7 days.
Very industrious, and they will be here to serve you again, 8 o'clock until at nighttime.
Yep.
So you can get breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, whatever
this-
you want.
So
This is a Greek omelet or
this
is it a
is
Euro
our
omelet?
Florentine omelet.
Florentine
So it's
omelet.
mushroom, spinach, onions, eggplant, and goat cheese
That's nice.
with
Well,
a
sounds-
little side of hash over there.
Okay. You notice no hash browns for me. I'm just going straight into
This
the
is nice.
protein, and we love a good.
I just like that
omelet.
chock full of stuff too. A lot of the times an omelet, you want more and you don't get it. And it's one thing we talk about when I first walked in. Was a lovely lady eating here, and she's like, "Have you ever been here?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Well, the food's great." I'm like, "Well, I know their food's always going to be good. Anything they do, and you guys just take it over from Opa to the other Giorgios
Yeah.
to Kima to here, and this is fantastic."
So,
Good.
when I was a critic, one of the things that I would always rate a place, you can be a good place, but if you serve me a bad cup of coffee, I'm going to be
Yep, it's a
angry.
big deal. It's a big deal.
And I remember when one of the local big time restaurateurs opened up, or actually didn't open up, but he kind of bought a well known place, but it wasn't known. They weren't publicizing that they bought the place yet. And but then they basically started introducing breakfast service that used to be just lunch and dinner. And I went in there, and I ended up reviewing it because he started expanding it, the service, and the coffee was just terrible. And I wrote a review just saying, how can you be in the year, it was
Breakfast place
2019
too, yeah.
or 2020? It was actually one of my last reviews. How could you be a breakfast joint in the year 2020 and serve a bad cup of coffee? He didn't appreciate that.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure not.
But
I'm sure because he probably worked so hard on his food.
no, he didn't do
and-
anything there. The thing was, he said they just took it over and they're going to revamp it the following summer. And he wanted me not to do anything until after they revamped it. But then once he expanded the hours and added breakfast service, I was like, well, if you're going to be doing that, then it's fair game. The point being, this is a great cup of coffee.
Yes.
And you have all kinds of, you have Greek coffee, you have the cappuccino, you have
Yep.
straight up, Americano.
We have the
black-
Freddo, which is the iced. You whip the espresso and you put it over ice with some milk and sugar. So you get the cold. We have the hot. We also have fresh squeezed orange juice. We
Yeah,
have the
you have-
machine.
Lubie, you got to take a taste of that. I'm off the sugars, but tell me how the
What is
fresh
it? Did you
squeezed-
notice how I moved it this way?
Thank you. But now nobody can see it.
It
We
wasn't
gotta
about
have
you. It was
we
for
gotta
me.
have the
I was being
viewers be
greedy.
able-
I'm not gonna lie. I don't get fresh
Yes.
orange
and that's
juice.
tomato juice.
Often.
No, so
I'm
that
sorry.
is our. It's called Aphrodite's Cheeks.
What is that?
So it's pomegranate, orange, lemon,
Oh my
apple, and ginger.
Oh,
Okay,
jeez.
I gotta just take a taste
You
So
of
can
that.
that's
taste it.
yours.
Yeah, taste
I'm
it.
gonna take a look.
That's yours.
This
we
is
have
Oh my
our.
God.
the restaurant way of doing it. Where you
Yes.
take the straw, you go like this.
Oh, that is
and you just
delightful.
go like-
Oh my god. There's nothing like fresh orange juice. Like
I know. It's
and I like
so-
orange juice. The other orange juice. Oh yeah. I mean, did you hear
That
what's
makes
in
me-
it?
That makes me tingle.
Did you hear what's
Because
in
like
it? Every
OJ
good
to
thing.
me is
Is
just
this
too
the
sweet
ginger?
now, but it's got the ginger. It's
Yeah,
got a
and
kick.
lemon has some lemon in it.
And we make that here fresh. We
I
have a
think I
machine
could
and we
even
make it
I
fresh.
could like drink this guilt free.
Yeah,
It's
go
like-
ahead.
for it.
That's
There's a
all
lot
yours.
of fruit. That's good. Go for
Yes.
it. So okay,
Gives
so let
that
me.
morning,
It's tart. It's got I love it. That's
Yes.
Aphrodite's.
Aphrodite's
that's why-
cheeks because of the color. That's my dad's.
Ah.
My dad named it. So you know how like
Yeah, the red cheeks. Yes, the
the
red,
red cheeks.
facial cheeks.
Yes.
Very nice.
So and I always like that. We've talked to you about, you were spending a lot of time at Kima, and I know you
Yep.
guys were involved in other places. How are you finding your time between Boca and all the way here in Fort Lauderdale, Galt, Ocean, Mayo?
So my sister's kind of taken over this project.
Okay.
I'm a little bit more Kima,
Okay.
but I come and help out whenever they need me. But my dad's here. Whenever you walk in, you're gonna see him. He's gonna greet you. He'll say something funny that he doesn't think is funny. And here we
Oh,
are.
here we go.
Ooh,
This
look
is
at
the
the pancakes.
special pancakes.
These are the baklava pancakes.
Oh my God.
Mm.
His grandmother's,
grandmother's
recipe. Your great grandmother's recipe.
well.
Oh my god.
So explain
So-
what's in a baklava
So
pancake.
it's just the traditional buttermilk pancake, and then we take crumbles of baklava and just sprinkle it on top. And instead of maple syrup, we use Greek honey.
honey,
Oh my God.
like the ones that usually drizzle over the pastries. All right.
Yes.
All right, this one.
You can take a bite of it. Don't go crazy.
I'm not going to go crazy. I
We'd
want
have
to
to try
get
it.
some
That
of
looks
that
insane.
beautiful like crumble stuff here, and the texture of it looks beautiful too.
Yep.
I tell you what, in Greece, do they eat pancakes or I've been there a couple of times, and all I remember for breakfast is
Not really.
actually I don't remember breakfast
No.
because I would always wake up about noon after
Right.
all the ouzo I consume. But
No, I mean they definitely have pancakes, but it's not
Oh, wow.
something that they. You know what they do have in Greece though? That's become super popular. Waffles, but they have it as a dessert. So they have it waffles with like ice cream
Okay.
and different things. Waffles
don't-
are definitely much more popular.
They don't do a breakfast waffle with Greek yogurt and fruit and stuff like that.
Not really.
Mm.
I mean, there's
That's more
like
of the dessert.
we were just saying, like there's not really like breakfast places. Like you'll have bakeries that
Yes, it's-
have like the pastries, but it's not like a sit down that you're gonna order
No.
bagels and things like that. You
It's a
know,
lighter meal.
This
Yes.
is great. This is one of the better pancakes I've had, anywhere lately. It's really nice, and I like the crunch on top and then the Greek honey instead
there's
of
the
the syrup.
phyllo and
The
then
phyllo.
the walnuts
Yeah.
and like the mixture that we
It
put
gives
inside.
it that crunch, and
Yeah.
you know me and crunch. I love
Yeah,
getting
it's
a
a nice
little bit
little
of crunch with something that's soft, and
The
oh, that's
texture.
delicious. All right, I'm gonna hold
Something
off and
different.
just do one bite.
We have the traditional like blueberry and regular pancakes, but I thought I'd share this one with
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Why don't we take our first break,
Go.
and then we'll go into more of the whole wide world of the, Taverna Kima, Opa,
Yep.
Giorgio's, Hollywood, now Galt Ocean Mile.
Yes.
And we'll catch up with all the latest and how this season is going, and we're getting ready to head into some of the springtime holidays. Spring is almost here.
Yep.
Daylight savings time is here. And it's just a great time of year to be out and about and come check out and take a beautiful walk. And then after you burn off your calories, come in here and treat yourself to some of these great treats, pancakes, the chocolate croissant, almond croissant, and all the other Greek treats.
Fresh bread.
Yeah. All right.
Mhm.
We'll be back with more on the breakfast box today at Giorgio's Bakery and Bistro after these words. Southern comfort food from a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar, a great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. If you want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting, have I got the place for you. Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauce as smooth as silk.
You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasto platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi, fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them.
For the finest poultry and the freshest fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. For the finest and authentic Greek cuisine, Taverna Kima is the place to go. 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. It's been around for nearly 2 decades. Every day is a feast with grilled lamb and fish, house-made spinach pie and moussaka, gyros, traditional dips, mezes, with soft, warm pita. It's open 7 days for lunch and dinner with happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m., indoor, outdoor, private dining. So celebrate life at Taverna Kima. For reservations and information, go to Taverna. All right, we're back on the breakfast and brunch edition of the Lunchbox today from the new Giorgio's Bakery and Bistro on Galt Ocean Mile. The, landmark is if you're coming up A1A, north of Oakland Park Boulevard, and you see Nick's Italian Restaurant, which is no longer Nick's Italian Restaurant, but I always know it is Nick's. I don't even know what it is now. For a half a second, it was our friend Cafe Vico, Marco, but now I think somebody else took it over. Anyway, make a right at Nick's and then come on over to Galt Ocean Mile, and you will find Giorgio's tucked into one of these nice shopping centers.
Yeah.
Parking situation a little tricky here because like one side it says permit parking only, and then the other is like metered parking.
So right in front of the restaurant, there's tons of parking and it's metered. You do it through the app.
Reasonable, yeah.
Yeah, very
Pay by
reasonable.
phone app.
Yep.
All over Fort Lauderdale.
But there's spots right on Galt
that you can
that
park
are
on.
3 hour free.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Well, Lubie didn't
next
know that
time.
for sure because nothing gets Lubie going like a free parking.
Yeah, I'm very
So-
excited with free parking.
Yeah, no, I'm a New Yorker too. It's like to have to pay when there's free available.
When you
So
can-
that's a good tip.
That's
I
Yeah.
did not know that the on-street parking here on Galt, you can find it, 3 hour parking. That's good to know. I actually did know that because sometimes I do that for our friends right up the road, Casa Calabria,
Mm-hmm.
our friend Frank Telrico. We're going to be in there a week from Thursday. But here at Giorgio's, I was looking, and when I came in, I dropped by last week. I met Tony. I guess he's one of the managers.
The manager, yep.
And he gave me the once over. He didn't know. He thought I was some
Who's this
like
guy?
influencer snoring. And he's right. I basically
You sort of are.
It's like, do you have a?
Accurate description.
You're
like-
just welcomed.
It's like, do you have a card? I was like, no, but I got a Facebook.
I have a
group.
face.
How do you not know me?
That's all right.
What do you mean?
But you have like a great happy hour here too. Just
Yeah.
like
Oh,
at
really?
Kima, the
Same.
list is so long and so reasonable. I don't know how
It's
you
definitely a
managed to-
spin-off to Kima's. I took kind of what I do there
Yep.
and just brought it here. Pretty similar.
So give me the deets on that. That's like every day or
Every day,
Monday.
Yep.
Oh, look at this. Peter
Or
is
avocado toast.
Peter is giving us.
Well, his
the
daughter
full
said, make
Greek
sure we have
treatment.
food. So he,
All right.
he listened.
So we have a bagel and lox, and we have an avocado toast with smoked salmon. That's
Yes.
it. Yeah.
But
We
they-
have this 3 ways that we do a caprese, smoked salmon, and a prosciutto.
That
so
looks gorgeous.
whatever you
Oh,
want
wow.
on top. Yep.
Which is good. Like Sarni is hovering. I've never seen
I've never
Sarni
seen
so
him
hungry.
He usually is in the corner somewhere, just like
We're gonna have
doing
to
his
put
own
him in a
thing.
cage or
I
something.
don't know. He's really enamored by
We've got-
Giorgio's,
we've
but I
got-
can't fault him for.
We, We've got cage-free sarnie today.
So you were
but that's
describing,
okay.
okay, it's interesting to have a bakery and you do have a bar, but
Yes.
thinking we don't always think of happy hour, but you guys are big with happy hour.
Yep.
So you were just describing some of the great things that you guys are doing here with the happy hour.
Yep. So we do like of course, the spanakopita.
Ooh.
We have wings. We have
A lamb chop. The
we have
lamb
lamb
chop.
chop.
happy hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, $7 lamb chop. Which you can't beat that. You can
That's
get
not
Yeah.
3 of
real.
the lamb chops on happy hour, $21, and you've got yourself a Greek feast right there.
Yeah.
So it's,
Yes. So we have a huge variety, and then a huge variety for the bar as well.
yeah, and you do drink specials and wine,
Yes.
although only wine's on happy hour, right?
Certain wines on happy hour, yeah, but we
I-
have a selection
Well, you're
of
laughing because
every.
people are.
I can't help the let's eat people, the craziness, and people get all.
I do
worked
not
up.
have Pinot Noir on the happy hour.
Right.
I apologize.
It's really easy, folks. If it's on the happy hour menu, then you can get it for the happy hour
Correct.
pricing. If it's not, then
Yes.
you're going
Not.
to pay a little bit.
I do have Pinot Noir. I misspoke.
Yeah.
It just I don't have Belle Gloss on the.
Right. No,
Yeah,
Bell
well,
Gloss,
very high level
not
wine.
available for $5 a
No.
glass.
Which is
No,
here
no,
if you want it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It's here if you want it, but if you pay $5 a glass for it,
I
then
mean, $5 a
Giorgio's
glass
will
of
not
wine.
last very long. 'cause
Wonderful.
it's-
Yes.
No, you guys do a great job, and it really is great value. I mean, to have that, because I go some places for happy hour and they have 5 food items and 3 drinks, but you guys give a huge variety, and that's giving the people what they want.
We're
so.
big on that because we just want you to have finger food and a big variety of different things. So
When you guys are always
Yes.
great, and it's something my wife talked about all the time, where we were there for the Sunday, and it's just, but we've been on weekdays too. Even if it's not totally crazy, it just there's always a strong vibe of fun, happiness, family. Like
Yes.
that's what your family brings, and that's just when you walk in the door, you can just feel it.
yeah, it's in our blood. I feel like that's the way we are. That's how we've always had our restaurants. You walk in, you usually see a friendly face, whether it's my family or one of my managers that have been with us for a very, very long time that are like family.
Yeah.
So we're very blessed in that way.
Yeah, and you're looking forward to getting, new guests, customers accustomed to coming down here. You said
Yep.
this area, Galt Ocean Mile, obviously famous for having all these
None of the
condo
managers-
towers.
Yes.
It's been here. Some of them have been here since the 50s. It's kind of
Mhm.
like classic, old school Fort Lauderdale when back before
Yeah.
everything got built up and modernized. I like this little strip here, but you said there's how many
I
thousands
heard
of
that
units
it's 80,000
Oh my
units
God.
from like
from Oakland Park all
Yes,
the way up
all
to
the way
up.
yeah,
so,
which is incredible. So hopefully they'll make this their daily routine, whether it's the breakfast or brunch spot.
And I know you
or
talked about
lunch.
parking, but we barely have cars that come.
Yeah, people are walking.
Everybody's
just
just
walk.
walking.
I almost plowed into 3 pedestrians separately, just making my way over because they're all on their phones and they're
Of course,
walking
yeah.
and they don't even see that
Yeah.
they're in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
People pay attention if you're going to be
Yes.
walking on your phone or stay on the sidewalk. But no, I just got to say, with raising my glass of Aphrodite's cheeks and just say Yamas.
Yes,
Yamas,
Yes,
yamas.
Good luck with
Thank
everything
you.
here.
We're very happy to be here. It was our construction process took a long time. So we're very, very happy to finally be open and showcasing our food and everybody's been so welcoming.
Have they?
Oh my goodness. Anybody that walks in because they've seen us it's been 3.5 years.
Oh,
that we've
really?
been trying to
Oh, I didn't realize
open.
it took that long.
So
Okay,
we
no wonder.
gutted the place. It
Right.
was
Yeah, because it used to be the bar, and now
Yes.
you had to do a whole rebuild.
and it was right after COVID time. So it was like the wild, wild west
with
with
construction,
contractors
oh yeah,
and with, material, and everybody's like, everything is through the roof.
and then just getting the permit inspections and things like that. The city was all backed up and
backed up. And then you had the contractors not doing things the right way. So we had to go back and redo a lot of things. So
Mhm.
that was really our big holdup.
it takes a
Um,
long time because the sign out front says, most times it says we're open. And
Yeah.
This one says we're finally open.
Yeah. My dad's like, make sure you put finally.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but everybody's been so welcoming, so kind. Anybody that's come in has been everybody says the food's amazing. I
It
mean, I'll
is.
take their word for it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you guys are
but
fantastic.
yeah. but everybody has been very, very kind to us.
Now, this area is known for having a couple of other Greek restaurants, again, more along the lunch and dinner places. And, without naming names, it's all very, very popular. But are you hoping that maybe some people will discover you and peel off if there's long waits at another place around the corner? Or
I think
you're going
we're-
to stand on your own?
I think we're very different, even though, yes, we have lamb chops on the menu. I just feel like we're a different restaurant,
different
vibe. And hopefully people that want lamb chops, man, we even have filet mignon on the menu.
Wow.
Okay.
So,
That's impressive that you
I
guys
know,
do
so
full
then we have
lasagna and
pasta, we have
filet
pizza, so we're a big variety. I just think we have different, we have kind of crossover with the clientele, but I feel like we're very different in the same aspect.
When it feels, again, a lot of the time we talk about this because I guess lucky is a good word. We're blessed to be involved with a lot of places that are near the beach.
Yes.
Right. And a lot of the time when you get near the beach, you're just happy to get anything to eat.
Yeah.
What's great about you guys is you're very close to the beach, but you're high level and a great variety of the kind of, if it's the morning, you have the pastries, you have the coffee. If it's the afternoon, you have some pizza. If it's later on in the day, you have lasagna. You have it feels like the kind of food. Because I remember you saying this when we were at Kima, and you're like, "Well, it's not." We kept saying Greek because you guys do such a great job. You're like, "Well, it's not Greek. We will have Greek because it's in our blood, and we can't do." But like, we have to have baklava and galakta to go. But we're trying to have it be more.
Yes.
And that's when I walked in. I didn't, not a negative. I walked in. And I'm like, they sort of nailed it. Like it just felt like a more widespread variety of dishes, and also you can get Greek too.
And the look of it and everything, it's like it's a true bistro.
Yes,
right.
That's the word. That's the word.
That's who we are.
It feels European. Like it really did. I was like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, we were up at Kima talking about this, and you were explaining it was a little bit of everything. Because I thought Kima is more of a traditional
Kima's
Greek
Greek.
restaurant.
Kima's Greek.
Kima's Greek.
Straight up Greek. And this,
Yeah.
you were describing it as kind of like the classic Greek diner, except I gotta disagree because no Greek diner that I frequented growing up in New York
And coffee like
served
that.
coffee. at Julius
We're
Minor. It had the
elevated.
old paper cup with the Acropolis on it. I think that was mandatory for every Greek diner.
For sure,
I
yes.
don't know where those cups were made,
Yeah.
but they sold them by the millions
Yes.
throughout the New York region.
Yes.
But
Even non-diner and Greek places sell them now,
But this place, like Lubie said, it's very European in its sensibility. And I
And
guess
its price.
it's a little, I'd say it's cozy in here. You have, some tables with the bar here, but you also have a lot of some outdoor seating along the line outside, so you can get the sunshine and fresh air.
Yep.
What's the total capacity?
It's about 100.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So probably
Solid.
about like 30 outside and 70 in,
Yep.
I'm guessing. Yeah.
Yep. With the bar and everything. Yeah. So
But it has a good feel. It's got,
it does. Yeah.
again, the cozy,
And
comfortable.
I know people get turned off by not turned off, but they think bakery and you think only bakery. But because when we originally opened in Hollywood, it was, here we go.
Okay, Peter's back, and now I'm scared. Oh, he's got the Greek yogurt with the fruit.
Dessert.
This is on my plan. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, and he's got the walnuts, the Greek honey, the fruit, and the Greek yogurt.
Yes.
This is part of my daily breakfast now. This is basically
good for you.
what I usually have is the zero fat.
And you have to make
Greek
sure you
yogurt.
have the Greek yogurt, the Greek strained yogurt. It's a huge difference.
I buy Fayet.
That's great.
Is that considered
Excellent.
real
It's just,
Greek?
the other yogurt is like pure
Excellent.
sugar. So
Yeah.
Greek
No,
yogurt
I buy
not.
the 0%,
Yeah.
no fat
But
Fayet.
it's really good for you.
And I'm good. I just put some blueberries
Especially with some
and
honey.
strawberries.
Honey's a natural sweet, like a really good sweetener.
And years ago, the other Greek yogurt, well, said they were Greek yogurt, Chopani.
No,
yeah,
They
Chobani it's
It's
not,
not.
right?
And they
It's BS
actually, I
marketing.
think they got into a lawsuit too, because they said Greek yogurt and you can't do that if it's not
Nice.
It's
Greek
like
yogurt.
saying champagne if it's not
Correct.
Not
actually
from Champagne. Yeah.
correct.
from the champagne region. And
Yes.
meanwhile, I got the Greek yogurt all over the microphone. Sorry, Lubie. I'll
Well,
take it
you're
to the
good. We'll figure it out. But yeah, you guys just cover the bases, and it feels like lighter. Even the stuff that's heavier, it always feels lighter and fresher, and just the ingredients you guys use. It's fantastic to bring what you've done everywhere else here, but it's also, I do like that it is I was curious, how was it, because we kept saying Greek and you're like, It's not Greek.
It's a mix.
It
It
has
just
a
feels
Greek
different, and
flair.
I'm-
It
I
has
think it's
Greek
impressive, like-
items. We can't get away from that, but
Yeah.
we have crepes on the menu.
Yep.
We have, like we said, lasagna. We have brie. We have,
Austrian coffee.
yes.
But it's
and
not
you
like-
also have Greek coffee.
Because a lot of the time when you do that, my wife, we're always like, okay, they have it,
Yeah.
but do they like? I wouldn't know that this wasn't a French patisserie. I'm not gonna lie. The croissant, the pain, I almost like I forgot where I was for like a second. Like, and it's like the quality you guys. You're like, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it,
Right.
and it's really high level. And you wouldn't. Again, we love Grandpa's. They do great bagels. I wouldn't come in here and go, am I getting a bagel? That's a nice lock spread. Like,
yeah.
the bagels are really good, and you guys just cover all the bases really well, and it's actually really
Thank you.
impressive to be able to like dip your toe or jump in a full body and not skip a beat. Because a lot of people, I wouldn't put it past them if it was okay. We're trying this, but the bread, making really good fresh bread isn't easy, you
No.
know. And
No, it's all.
No.
it's
all-
impressive.
How big
Yes.
of a staff you have here, or it's
So
growing? or?
we have about 20
Oh, nice. Okay.
because we're breakfast, lunch, dinner,
Right.
so it's a long
You
day.
need to cover a lot of hours,
Yeah,
which a
a
lot
lot
of
of-
places have difficulty just covering dinner service.
we
Has
have
it been
different.
challenging?
It has been very, very challenging.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think also the location is hard for people
Mm.
to come, for work here, but we're definitely working through it.
Okay.
We have my dad serving. So
All right.
No, your dad's like
That's
working. He's
Hey, when you
doing,
got a big
drains.
family, and it's
yes,
the start.
my
you gotta
sister's
chip
here,
in.
my
Yeah.
dad's here.
Yeah.
We all the night before we opened, we were me, my sister, my brother-in-law, my dad. We were here till 2 a.m.
God.
Making sure everything. But that's what you do.
No wonder I
You
couldn't
know?
get a hold of you.
Yeah.
She's
I
been
thought
very
you
busy.
disappeared.
She's traveling.
And I'm very
she's-
glad that you, after you finally got open, and now your sisters are on the show, that you were able to escape for a little mini
Yeah,
vacation.
thank
I
you. Stuff like
was.
that.
Get a little break, and you went to Ireland. You were
I
telling us.
did.
And how was that?
It
I've
was
never-
phenomenal.
Okay.
Exceeded all of my expectations.
I actually
Well-
do want to get into that trip because I
Well-
like that she was able to get out there, and she pulled on my wife. She was there an hour and a half and saw all of it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
next thing you know, they'll be serving shepherd's pie and Guinness. here. But that's all part of the mix.
That's all part of it. Maybe we'll add a
bistro.
little flair into it.
All good. All right,
Yes.
let's take our second of 3 breaks.
Yes.
Before we do, I also have to put in a good word about our friends at Casa D'Angelo. If you're looking for the most exquisite high-end Italian, Angelo, Elia, and friends, they do a superb job. If you have visiting guests from out of town or you're celebrating a big occasion, we've got 3 Casa D'Angelos, one in Boca Raton, one in Aventura, and the flagship right here in Fort Lauderdale, 1201 North Federal Highway. You will get the finest in service, great wine selection, and upscale food. Have you ever been?
I love it.
Yeah.
No, sure.
Angelo
Face
Elia.
lit
I
up. I'm like,
love
oh,
it.
good. He can talk about it.
Angelo,
Yes. No. I
Angelo
love it.
Elia. I got to give him a live spot, a little live love.
No,
because
she smiled.
we,
Yeah.
you know,
He does
every
it right.
place has its place.
Yep.
And again, it is for those who love the finer things in life, and when you want to celebrate, Casa D'Angelo is the place to go. They do
Agreed.
it right. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, let's take that second break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk more about the future. Because now that after 3.5 years, you got to look
Yes,
at some,
yes, we're
some
looking
new
ahead now.
projects.
I'm done.
She's like, I'm back to Cuba.
And we'll talk about some recent past and trips and things like that after these words on the Lunchbox.
Hey Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligans, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the lunch. Looking for great seafood that's a little further inland? Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C. 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Feel like getting away without leaving town? Then you got to check out the House on the River in Fort Lauderdale. It's a beautiful restored historic home with indoor and outdoor dining right on the New River. You'll think you're in Charleston or Savannah. It has a gorgeous patio, porches, and private dining areas, and it offers unique experiences perfect for a date night or fun times with friends and family. It has weekend brunches, happy hour, dinner Wednesday through Sunday. There's also a high tea on Friday and Saturdays, and the popular House of Veuve Champagne experience on weekends. The House on the River is in Fort Lauderdale's Himmershey district, just south of the Science Museum. For reservations and information, go to the House on the. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox breakfast edition today. It's almost noon, so then we can say good afternoon, but it's still top of the morning to you. Speaking of which, you were just in Ireland, and it's almost St. Patrick's Day. But
yes.
It was so cool.
it was your first visit to the Emerald Isle?
First visit. My friend was over there for work. So me and my other friend just went over for a couple of days. I was only able to experience Dublin. Couldn't do like the cliffs and the castles because it's really far from Dublin. But I was blown away by the food. The culinary over there is, I couldn't even believe it.
So it's more than just
that's interesting.
The
Bangers
Guinness
and mash
bangers and the.
I mean, we did have our fish and chips, which was phenomenal. Yeah. Just different fish, scallops, seafood was so fresh, so
they've
good.
embraced, I guess the whole world seems to be, elevating its food game.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, it was super clean. The streets were so clean. I mean, for having so many pubs and bars all over the place.
Do they drink the way that people propose they drink?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you go to the pubs, like there's draft beer from like one end of the bar to the other.
Right.
Guinness is absolutely like
different there.
Huge
it's so much better. But
yeah.
But they have they have the stouts, which is Guinness, and then they have the ales, and then they have lagers, and then they have ciders, which I love, the strong ciders, which is like sweet but alcoholic, and you can mix the cider with the Guinness, and that's called a black velvet.
Oh,
And if you have 2 of them, you feel really good. If you have 3 of them, your face meets the pavement. I learned this. This is what I learned. I spent a semester in London in junior year of college back in 1986. Oh my God, it's so long ago. But I spent most of the time drinking, and yet still I came home lighter than I ever was because I didn't eat anything. There was no good food in London at the time. I still haven't made it to Dublin. I got to get there. Lubie,
phenomenal.
have you been?
We've wanted to go because my wife wants to see the castles but to
And the
me,
cliffs of-
I want to see more. And now knowing that it's there, we would go more days. And I would love to get a part of
Sonny
Dublin.
is stealing the pastry rack. I don't know what
No, he
he's
wants
doing.
pictures. He's our cameraman. I'm not mad at it.
Okay.
He's very
We have
involved
to
in a good
cage
way
him.
today. We should,
Johnny
but it's all right.
Carson.
He's kept his distance enough. But hearing Sophia's experience has opened it up to me because I get castles and fields and whatever, but I also like a little bit of city and great food, and that's what
Yeah.
scared me. You always hear between London. I know it's a big city, fine. Dublin, I just think about shepherd, and I like a good shepherd's pie, and I like fish and chips.
I didn't
but
have shepherd's pie once.
interesting.
Nope,
No,
it was
3-4 days over
nope.
there.
absolutely not. It was
but you
just
had fresh scallops and all
yes,
kinds of
Scallops,
seafood.
they had like a lot of curry influence, which I was
Interesting.
very
that's great.
surprised. They
Well,
used
there's-
sweet
yeah.
potato in a lot of things. They used halloumi, which is the Cypriot cheese. I couldn't even believe in 2 different restaurants they had it. Like I said, a lot of seafood. It was
Halloumi
amazing.
is having a moment, by the way.
It's
it seems
having
like
a
on every
moment.
menu, even here, there's a lot of new Mediterranean restaurants.
Yeah, that's
open.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So I was
yeah,
very, very
you were
pleasantly surprised.
Okay,
That's
great.
amazing.
Yeah.
And again, I've been, I spent a lot of time in the UK and Scotland covering golf, but I've never been to Ireland. I gotta get there.
Yeah. Well, my
And
wife wanted
Val,
to go.
who celebrated her birthday last night,
Again,
we
happy
had
birthday,
a nice
Val.
meal at Pasta and up in Margate, great place also. But she has heritage from Ireland,
Oh,
actually
cool.
County Mayo of all places.
That's so
And she
funny.
said she went one time and met some of her relatives, and they were just nasty people. And she said she couldn't wait to get out of there, which is just very odd.
But that is not
because-
who Sophia met over there.
No.
She
No.
was ingratiated from what I heard.
Yes, very, very kind people. It's a lot of Europeans going there to work. They have a great visa program, apparently.
You have to pay $5 million to get one? or
No,
Okay,
I don't
that's
think
good.
so.
No, they
Don't
put
think
money
so.
into business people. They
Yeah.
really want
Well,
business
that's-
there, which is really
that's
cool.
huge.
Huge
Usually how it
incentives
should
for
work.
big
Which is great.
companies, I guess. So yeah, it was an overall amazing experience.
So are we having a Giorgio's in Dublin? Is that
I
what
don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'm
Yes,
done. I'm
so
done
you
with
say you're
restaurant.
done.
I'm
Okay.
done. I'm not opening anything else. It's over.
All right, now it's just maintaining.
Just
Exactly.
maintaining.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Kima having a good season? or-
Having a great season.
Yeah.
Nice.
Um,
Well,
yeah.
the outdoor seating over there is fantastic.
Yeah.
And the weather's been spectacular.
Oh, but I meant to
Yes.
ask about, okay, so when is Greek Easter? Because I know regular Easter is late this year, April 20th. Not regular Easter, I don't know what you call
That's
it.
what we
secular
call it.
Easter.
American Easter.
American Easter. We're actually the same day this year.
Cool.
Oh, it is?
It is.
Okay.
So every 4 years we are the same day.
Okay, because it's like, it has to do with the leap year on the old Hebrew calendar.
Calendar. Yep.
And so coincides, it's April 20th then.
April 20th.
That's great.
And anything special going on at Kima?
We're doing the thing.
The lamb roast?
We're
You are?
doing the
Is back?
thing.
Okay.
We're-
Oh,
yes.
man.
On Sunday the 20th.
Yes.
On the Greek Orthodox
On
Easter.
Greek Orthodox Easter, American Easter, Catholic, whatever Easter
Any
you
Easter you
celebrate.
celebrate.
There. That's where you want to
That's-
celebrate it.
And
so
the odd part this year is that lamb is actually cheaper than Easter eggs. So that's
Probably. Probably.
So the kids this year, instead of
I'm gonna be getting
painting
lamb
Easter
chops.
eggs, they will have to paint their lamb chops inside them.
Yes.
Have a lamb chop hunt.
yes, we're having a lamb chop decorating station at a lamb chop hunt.
It's all lamb.
Paint
yeah.
it with some nice.
We're gonna
I
put lamb
guess,
chops all over
the
the restaurant, and
chimichurri.
have
Hide the
everybody
lamb
just go, find
God.
it. Scavenger hunt.
And again, for those of you who forget, Taverna Kima is up on North Federal Highway. Was it the
6298.
6298 North Federal Highway
Yes.
in Boca Raton, very close to the Delray Beach line.
Very close,
And
yep.
It is a spectacular place. Also,
It was a great
lunch
happy hour.
and dinner, happy hour. And, if you have that hankering for real traditional Greek food,
Yes.
Kima is the place to go.
Yes.
Opa is doing well. Down
Opa's
at-
doing Phenomenal. Yes.
That is such a great place because it's overlooking the Intracoastal. You get to see the sunsets.
Yes.
Al fresco dining out on that kind of dock area. That it's just a spectacular setting, and the food is consistent.
Very
whether
good.
It's
Yeah.
at Opa or Kima.
Yeah.
or
And that
here.
outside dining gives you like a really cool insight because like when you're inside Opa, it's just chaos and madness. But then you can like just sit on the dock. You can
It's
hear like
chill.
the
You can
have
water.
peace.
You see the boats, and then you just like look through a window, and it's just like insanity, So you get, if you want to be part of that insanity, you could go inside,
Yes.
or you could just hang out outside. It's really cool. Or you could bring up your boat.
And
We serve
Opa-
you on the boat if
Oh
you
wow!
want.
Oh, that's cool.
Opa's been in business for 30. What? It's
Yeah,
almost 30.
We
something
opened
years.
Opa in '99.
Oh,
I
is
want
it?
to say.
Oh, Opa in
and
99.
The
Okay, so
bakery
it's
was
20
like '98.
Okay,
Okay.
so bakery
So-
precedes it. So it's 20,
25, 26
26
years.
27 years. I
Yeah.
remember, Opa had their 25th anniversary a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
and that was
So
a
we
big
opened within
celebration.
like a year the bakery and Opa down there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You guys, you've established this great family-run mini regional empire.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah.
love stories like this because you're doing it right.
yeah,
And
we try.
if you come in here and you don't have a good meal, then it's your fault.
Yeah.
There's something
Unless-
wrong with
Yeah,
you,
it's on you.
honestly. Don't come to me about it. That's you.
I mean, there's so many options, and it seems like you can't go wrong. Everything that I've tasted today is spectacular. The croissants are unbelievably
They're just
good.
fantastic.
And I think the concept with our menu is that like people eat out a lot now, right? So
Yeah.
and you can't go to the same place every day, but you kind of can
You
come
could.
here every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, this is a
You-
morning routine kind of place. I
Yes,
could see that.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you can come here and eat pasta one day, you can come here and eat lamb chops the next day, or you can eat fish the third day.
Right.
So it's kind of so that you can come here multiple times a week if you wanted to eat out.
And whether it's by yourself as just catching a light breakfast,
Yep.
or coming with a big group and having a great dinner feast. I mean, the fish, you do the
Whole fish,
oh,
yes.
brand- do the whole fish. Oh my
branzinos,
God.
or
Yep, and snapper.
Snapper.
Snapper is not always available, but whenever we can get it, like once again, we want to give really good quality. So whenever we can get a good snapper, we have it on the menu.
I love that. That
Yeah.
fish is all that my brain has now been rewired.
fish.
Where if you put out a nice piece of fish or this beautiful salmon in front of me, I'm just like going right for that.
Yeah.
The bagel, you're dead to me.
Not me.
Hey, let's take our third and final break. Tomorrow we're going to be at Batch, a new Southern kitchen and tap, and a lot of love on the Let's Eat group for Batch. I want as much love for the Giorgio's bakeries
Yes,
and the
yes.
Tavernas, Opa and Kima.
Yeah, Batch is getting.
Batch, again, it seems like every hour on the hour I'm getting another post on Let's Eat South Florida just singing the praises of Kevin and Brandon and all they're doing at their 3 Southern kitchen locations: West Palm Beach, Clematis, down now West Delray in the Marketplace, and of course in Fort Lauderdale, 525 North Federal Highway, where we'll be tomorrow, hopefully
Tomorrow.
with Tony Segreto.
so great.
too.
We'll be there. Yes.
And again, the free parking is on the side street in the garage. 4 hours of free parking, so you don't have to worry about finding a spot on the street. And of course, they have their weekend brunch and all kinds of great things. We love Kevin and Brandon, and they have the Southern classics, shrimp and grits, and chicken and
Biscuits.
waffles, and all kinds of good stuff. Like you said, you can't always eat at the same place every day.
Yeah.
You can have your morning routines and come in here and
Yeah.
have your
Which would be a nice start
omelet
off.
or your croissant sandwich. But then, lunch and dinner, you want to mix it up a little bit. Batch is definitely deserving of being in your personal rotation. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, let's take the third and final break, and then we're going to wrap it up from Giorgio's Bakery and Bistro on Galt Ocean Mile after this. When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa de Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the lunch. Hey, it's Mayo here for Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail, and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. All right, we're back on the, now it's officially Lunchbox. It is afternoon, but we're still eating all the great breakfast items here at Giorgio's Bakery and Bistro. Galt Ocean Mile, brand new, less than a month old, and people are kind of finding their way here, and word of mouth is building, right?
Yes.
Sophia?
Yeah, absolutely. So we haven't advertised, or you're really
We're the
first
only
time.
vehicle.
Yes,
so
you
far.
are.
We're
Yes.
the Lunchbox.
We're going to get the word out.
We want to give them the word on Let's Eat South Florida, get the Lunchbox and Let's Eat Bump going.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we got Sarni is telling all his folks at Parliament House up in Pompano and all the condos up and down along the mile. We're going to have to tell people, just spread the word.
Yeah,
Spread the word.
This is a great place to come, and whatever you want, they're going to be able to get it, especially the real bona fide Greek yogurt.
Greek
fruit
yogurt,
platter. That
Greek
is
honey.
so
That's
good.
another key.
Oh, nice. No, the Greek honey. More.
Yes.
Yeah, and again, the great pastries. And again, you're done. You're not going to open up.
I'm
You say
not.
never
I'm
say
not.
never, because
No.
remember Michael Corleone, Al Pacino, and Godfather 3. Every time I think I'm out,
You pull me back
pull
in.
me back
pull
in.
me back in.
Yes, this has been a challenge with the.
I'm
with,
sorry.
This has been a huge challenge, but the result is definitely the payoff. We're all very happy with the way everything came out.
Yep.
Every stone has been picked out by pretty much my dad. Like he really.
Yeah, the walls are beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, the walls are fantastic.
Yeah, he really.
How do you do that?
So
I
they
don't
did
know.
this?
Pay someone.
They like set them in. It's like ancient Greece. You're like
I was
building
gonna
say, I
things
thought that
out
was
of
just how it was.
stone and concrete. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
he had the vision. He found the people. I mean, it took, like I said, a long time, but he wanted to do it right before he opened. That's why it took us so long, but here we are.
All good.
Yes.
And we were talking about college and college students. It's good.
Yes.
Spring break is going on. Have you seen any spring breakers come through here, or it's a little bit north of
No.
their territory?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think this is kind of like a an unknown territory.
Yes.
Safe haven.
Might
I was
be a
gonna say
good
safe
thing.
ha- I was gonna say safe haven.
No, you know, I've actually seen spring breakers in Frankie's. In
I was gonna
Ocean
say you may
Manor
get some
at the Bamboo Beach
'Cause the
Tiki
teak
Bar,
gets a
which
lot
is,
of spring
that
breakers.
seems like a
So
spring break scene.
This is Fort Lauderdale, and
Yeah.
that's Lauderdale by the sea.
up
Yes.
north of
So just north here it's a
Very
whole
different vibe.
even
Yeah.
Keel Fish Shack. A lot of people, the
Yeah.
kids, you do see them going out
That
to the
vibe, yeah.
beach by where Commercial Boulevard and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they're
Taco
visiting
Craft.
their grandparents here, I don't
Yeah.
think they're going to be on the Galt.
Well, yeah, good coffee.
Yeah.
College kids love some good coffee.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. I have my daughter is in town. I've been
Nice.
spending some time with her. She's a Florida State student, and I know we're talking about it. It's crazy. You're an alum.
I am.
When you got in, what was the average SAT score?
What's funny is mine, and you're talking about your daughters, and because I was top 20 in my class, I had like a 4.6 GPA.
20
Um,
out of 25?
No, 20 out of 800.
Oh,
Oh no,
okay.
my class was nuts. Yeah,
You know,
I was top
busting on you.
2%. But it's funny because school came so easy to me. I didn't do all of the studying, and I wasn't in it. Like my wife, like and her son. Like I had a few APs. I passed them. I got good grades, but I never studied for a test.
But-
I didn't study for the SATs. I got like and I was smart. I got like a 970, and then I got like an 1170, and that's all I needed.
On the SAT?
That's all I needed. I didn't even
Wait.
care about the full breath futures. Yep, I got the
Wow.
75% breath futures. My parents had paid.
970 on the first? I won't go advertising that. 'cause
Well,
I think,
well, because I
think you
didn't
get
study.
800 just for signing your name.
No,
Oh my
you
God.
don't.
They got dessert now, too.
I say it because just to tell people like how far
No,
it's come. Like
crazy. It's like now
I
you need a
didn't-
1400
I was
to get
out-
into Florida State.
I was out the
and
night before
Florida.
drinking and partying, and then I was like, "Oh shoot, I have the SAT." So I like rolled out of bed and took it. So
Right.
that shows how little serious they took it.
My
because
daughter was stressing because she couldn't get above she had like a 1300,
That's crazy to me.
and that's not good enough
Not
anymore.
good
But
enough
somehow
for state
she
schools.
got in. They made her sweat and said, "Okay, we'll let you in." Like the first they deferred, and then it was like, "Okay, you're admitted, but you have to come summer session."
Right.
And she was like, "Fine," but
Yes.
she got in, and it's become. And you have
My
high
son is
school age
taking his
kids.
SAT today.
He's in
Oh, wow.
7 APs, seven in 1
APs.
year.
Well, that means he'll graduate by the time he just gets up there.
When-
no, he will.
right,
He'll
when he
be,
goes
he'll be a
where-
junior by the time he gets your
Yeah, for sure. His first year at least is done.
Right.
But let's see. I don't know. He's
No,
a
and that's
great
nerve
student.
I feel
wracking
bad for
when
these-
they
I just
put
feel bad for the
so-
kids.
when they put so much pressure on the test scores, and let's
Yes.
face it, not everybody's a good test taker.
No,
My son's not
I
a
mean,
good test
no.
taker.
Lubie is living proof.
Well,
but-
the funny thing is, I was a good test taker. I say that because I feel bad for what it is now. Like,
Yeah.
I still didn't try the second time, and I got almost 1200. Like, it's like these people are putting in the time I never put in, and I got into FSU, I got into UCF. I didn't get into UF, but if I had declared early, I would have gotten into UF. Like,
Or tried.
yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Like, it's interesting that this day and age has gone to like because we were stressed out even then. So
It's
like
because
20
the
years
Bright
later,
Futures scholarships and the prepaid plan, which I put my daughter
Yeah, my
in the
parents had
moment
that
she
too.
was
Yep,
born.
all three
and
of us.
That's advice for
yeah,
anybody who's
Yeah,
having
yeah,
a
yeah,
kid. Enroll them in
100%.
the prepaid plan. But so it means there's so much more demand,
There
and
is.
when there's more demand,
It's a
and less-
no-brainer. I mean, Bright Futures, prepaid, like
Right.
all that.
But the thing is, they make more money from out of state and out of country students, so they would rather get those. They're giving more slots to those
Yep.
and less to the,
Yep.
In-state.
native born, and that becomes a little tricky too, because the whole point of a state public education system is to educate the kids that
Kids
grew up
here,
here,
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
and they should have a chance. I wish your son
Yeah, I feel bad.
well,
Thank you.
and but
Tell him
here,
to breathe.
meanwhile,
That's all he can do.
we've got desserts. My brain is supposed to be programmed
I know.
not to pay attention to this.
These are beautiful.
But I am looking at
Well,
this
let's let
and I'm
Sophia
saying,
explain what we
is this?
have because
What is
that was
this?
like a Nestle Crunch gone
That-
mad.
Yeah.
We got
Oh, you're not
pastries.
even-
I
here.
don't
This
even
is-
Sophia's
know.
lost.
I'm
This is-
lost. This is
This
just.
This
looks
is
like
beautiful.
a cream cheese. This is a carrot cake.
This is
Clearly
carrot cake.
This
That's
looks
a
like an
tiramisu.
Oreo thing.
Yep, tiramisu.
That looks like it's a Valentine's Day a dessert that is
chocolate.
good year
Dark
I
round.
mean,
chocolate.
I love chocolate. I'm a huge
Probably a
chocolate.
chocolate.
If it's not
ganache.
chocolate, I'm not
Again,
wasting the
Yeah.
calories.
For purposes
That's
of
this is like
experimentation, I'm going to take
an
one
elevated Oreo.
look at
that
this.
looks amazing.
Going to want one look on the
It's gotta
inside.
be a
Oh, this is
ganache.
like
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
ganache.
inside, yeah.
yeah, it's chocolatey. It's good.
I want to see what this is.
That
There's-
looks like, just a chocolate sprinkle.
No, it's a cake,
Cake, bro. It's
like a vanilla
I
cake.
should have gotten a.
It's
We
all right.
change our
That's good.
dessert, so we constantly
That's
are
cool.
like bringing in new stuff. But yeah,
This is fantastic.
it's
Oh my god.
all right.
good.
Better than good. I mean, my brain is saying no, but when it hits my mouth,
So it's yes.
it's saying, oh yeah, it's
Yes.
good.
Yeah. So it's
So-
good. You could come in, you take a box, bring
Yeah,
it to
yeah.
a friend's house that you're
Yep.
visiting, and or eat it here by yourself. Whatever whatever works for you.
No
Any
lack
time
of
of day.
choices. All right, we're done with all the breaks, right?
We're good, yeah.
We're good. One last word. Again, our friends at Tropical Acres. Are you guys open on? Well, obviously Easter Sunday
Yes.
is going to be the lamb roast.
Yes.
That's Kima.
Yep.
And do people need to reserve, or how do they do that?
So we really fill up on Easter. So it's best to reserve.
Best to reserve. Open table.
Yeah, you could do up a table. You
Okay.
could call the restaurant.
Oh, so you
if
do have
want.
reservation.
Right.
Yep.
And then
Um,
and same thing. Mother's Day, you're going to be open
Mother's
everywhere on
Day,
Mother's Day.
yep.
Huge holiday. And the same thing. Friends
Same
of Tropical Acres, 75 years. They are not on open table. They're so old school. You got to give them a phone call to make your reservations. They are usually closed on Sundays, but they're open on Easter Sunday and Mother's Day. You can give them a call at 954-989-2500. We love the Studio Alley family. So, whatever you want, Greek, lamb, go up to Boca
Yep.
or, Tropical Acres. We have so many great sponsors on the Lunchbox. And Sophia, I'm so glad that
So happy you're one of
Kima
them.
and now Giorgio's Bakery and
Thank
Bistro
you so much. I appreciate you
is
guys being
part
here.
of the Lunchbox
And I'm
show.
glad you liked it.
Oh my God.
Yes. And again, everybody, come on out here, support us.
Yes.
It's
Any
at,
time of day.
Don't forget the bread.
I should memorize the address. It's
537.
3537
Galt Ocean Drive.
Galt Ocean Drive.
Yep.
Just east of A1A.
Yep.
Just north of.
On your way
Oakland
to or
Park.
from the beach. It's a perfect spot.
It's on the
Yes.
way to anywhere, especially if you want to be on the way to Happyville
Exactly.
with all that you're eating. All right. Hopefully, we'll see you again next month.
Yes.
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
And,
Here, maybe?
Here.
I don't know.
I'm not against
Yeah,
it.
you know
Believe me,
what?
you have to tell.
Let's see if we do breakfast brunch today. Then
Yeah.
we can come back for lunch.
Oh, yeah, we haven't
Let's
done
do
your
it.
lunch.
We can
Yeah,
do
yeah.
a lunch show at 1 or 2 o'clock.
Let's
It
do
always
it.
works for me.
Works.
So,
It works for me.
and then I don't know if it'll work for the Ozempic and my overall well-being.
We're
but
pushing your.
I love it. I love
To
it.
the limits.
So here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks again, Sophia. Thanks
Thank
to
you,
Peter
thank
for
you.
being
You're
a
the best,
fabulous
thank you.
server. Thanks to our friend Steve Eckert for coming out. Mazel tov to his wife, who's going to be a granddaughter, a
Yes,
grandmother for the
having
first
a granddaughter,
time.
yep.
Her daughter is about to have a child. And thank you to Sarni
Sorry, thanks for
for
coming
returning the pastry and bread basket.
I
and
think there's
take-
some things missing there.
Taking
I don't
all
know.
those photos. Yes, we're counting up the croissants right now.
Yes.
All right, everybody, we'll see you tomorrow at Bash. Until then, enjoy every sandwich.